First off, rest in peace, neighborhood nip. I ain't crip, but I'm on that neighborhood shoot. Building business is that black owned. If you hustle, better hustle till your pack gone. If you work, better work till your back hurt. And if you rap, make it better than your last verse. Yeah, more lyrics. Stick and move, Javante
AJ, El Presidente, Eddie Kane University. Hill gon' heal, regardless. You, B. Cannon, Bethel High School, by way of 3-Man Weave, LLC.
Michelle, producer, Faith over here.
You can catch this wave from the Marlins to the Mariners. Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-Man Weave.
Wow, how do we? I don't even know what I meant. What did I miss? How do we start there? But
Yeah,
man,
we here.
we back again with another episode of 3-Man Weave podcast. I am your host, AJ. Never mind my pixelated pale appearance. This is I don't know. This is just we doing something new. We doing something new. Who I got with me today?
It's your boy
Tonight.
Hill.
'Cause maybe they-
Technically, yeah, it is tonight, but this will be released in the morning. But it's your boy Hill.
Oops. My bad. You right. I'm giving away trade secrets. I'm talking about what's going on behind the scenes, man.
Somebody got to do it.
It's early in the morning.
Exactly.
So excuse our tired look. Just brush the teeth, just waking up.
Yeah. It's your boy Hill, man. He'll go here regardless, man. I know y'all catch us on all major podcast platforms, 3-Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3-Man Weave _. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com.
Let's get it. And,
All right, man. Let's start it off with your boy or with your boys or whatever. We had an inciting. Is that the wrong word for this NBA trade deadline?
Exciting?
Yeah.
Inciting. I feel like inciting is like you're inciting a riot, January 6th. It's February. It's February.
I won't do that.
But it's not January 6th. It's February. Well, February 7th. But yeah, we had a very exciting trade deadline, and we got blue balls from the trade deadline too. Because we thought some big names was gonna go some places too, and they just stayed put. It was one. I won't say it was like the NFL trade deadline, but like with some of the big names, it felt like the NBA trade. I mean the NFL trade deadline. Oh, a bunch of big stars could be on the move, but it's just like, nah, y'all gonna stay where the hell y'all at.
Before we get to the big fish, it was a lot of minimal moves is being made. I mean, AD to the Wizards will eventually be something. I mean, we clearly seen from the Trae Young trade that they're just loading up for next year.
Do you think?
Go ahead.
With this trade, do you think this is something that Adam Silver needs to step in on, as far as like the no tanking and integrity of the game, where it's like, hey, y'all, you done just acquired AD, Trae Young, and you just gonna be D-Lo, and you're gonna be tanking, sitting these dudes?
This is his fault. I might not necessarily say it's his fault, but I am blaming the NBA. Like, I mean, what you want them to do?
Yeah.
I mean, they have long been the only way to. I mean, it's only two ways to like fix your
to
team.
bounce back, yeah.
And it's either clearly tank or trade for a lot of assets. And I mean, they did both.
Yeah. And again, like we said, like when it happened, it was like, hey, Wizards got a plan.
Yeah, and they told it, they expressed it too. Yeah. So it's like, as a Wizards fan, I mean, you've been trashed for, I mean, as long as you've been a Wizards fan. So it's like, what's another year?
Yeah, but I say, what's a couple more months? Hey, what's a couple more months? We'll make some moves. We'll get these dudes up out of here, or maybe they might be a part of the plan. We're gonna get some of these young dudes from this draft that a lot of you know from what we've seen so far in college, it's a couple dudes that showing some promise in in college basketball right now. So it's an opportunity where it's like they can flip it around and get some nice young talent and make something.
I mean, but at the same time, to answer your first question though, if we believe that the lottery is rigged, then they won't be rewarded for what they was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the only thing that I can say about that is it'll kind of like with the things that they're doing, where like I said, it seems like they kind of have a plan. Even if you kind of say like, oh, we don't want to give them a top three pick, top five pick. From what we see from some of these players, it's a lot of like talented players in this draft. And with what the Wizards are doing and some of the pieces that they have, it may be possible where it's gonna be you ain't gonna be able to ice them out from like a lottery pick. And it could be like even if you get like a top seven pick, you might really be able to get somebody that can do something. And not sure how it's looking now, but another body might have just been added into this player pool with Elijah Arenas coming back and already immediately, almost dropping 30. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Off the rip.
off the rip. So it's like it could really be something. And so, you know, I think that hey, the Wizards might be in play for something. And then again, like you said, depending on what you do, even if you don't get a lottery pick, all right, you can move AD, but then you still got Trey Young. Like where like that might be the big piece that you want to move, but then depending on how it go, you could just see it like, maybe I want to keep this piece now because we didn't get somebody to get that high level talent, but we could still this could be something that we could build around.
I mean, I think they can. I think the Trey Young AD connection will definitely be a good connection. I mean, at the end of the day, we know Trey Young is a walking 10 assists. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely can. He could easily give AD can give you 20 and 10 by himself,
Yeah,
and he
he could
can
also miss
get.
20 and 10.
I mean, that's also true as well. But he could. But basketball stands for if they're both on the court. Trey can get him easy 10 points. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure. For
So
sure.
it's like that's a force that we can see something. And then in the Eastern Conference, they can easily, become something quickly. And I mean, because they're veterans, they don't need really that much time to jail. But other than that, I mean, we can get to the surprise part of Ja not being traded. I mean, you trade Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, and then not trade Ja.
That was kind of weird. I mean, and for them, I guess they didn't get the compensation that they was looking for. But I mean, what were you looking for? You ruined his value. Like
Yeah,
I mean, he's a menace to society. He got injuries. You made him seem he kind of detrimental to the team. You don't like him. Like, so what did you expect? You
yeah. I was gonna say
like,
you can't feel like you're about to get a king's ransom after everything that's been going on, and then especially once you traded Jaren Jackson, it's like, oh yeah, like
we know what y'all doing.
we know what's up here. We got 17 second round picks for you. What you trying to do? You know what I'm saying? So you kind of I don't really understand how from the outside looking in, I can be like, y'all are taking this player's trade value, but like, do these organizations not understand that? Like, I know what it looks like to tank somebody's trade value.
They don't because at the same time, fans don't because they'll view because he's a name.
Yeah,
So let's say, for example, we were Grizzlies fans. Like we are expecting at least 2 first round picks for John Morant if we are fans. We think it from a fan's perspective. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So it's like, yeah, this John Morant that you about to get, young piece, you know what I'm saying? He about to take over, go fix your franchise. Not knowing from the like I said, from the outside looking in, y'all done wreck this, wreck. reckless trade value, but at the same time, he's still a notable name. So you're expecting, in your mind, you're expecting something bigger than what you're really going to get. But the weird thing about it is we really don't know none of these people's trade value. None of these trades make sense.
Yeah, and again, like we say all the time, your trade is your trade value is really like what you are like what you're gonna be able to get.
But even still is like some like bro. Prime example, Mikal Bridges go for how many first round picks did he go for?
6.
You feel what I'm saying?
Desmond Bain went for
4, but Luka goes for 1. Trae Young goes for 1. I don't even think he went for a pick. I think he just went for players. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Then the Kings is at some point. Some people asked for a lot. Like the Kings wanted a first round pick for Keon Ellis, and then you pretty much give him away for DeAndre Hunter. Like you didn't.
Yeah.
It like the asking price sometimes be wild, and then we see some of these trades be wild. Like Jose Calderon, Alvarado. Yeah, something. Calderon. I'm saying.
I was say that's a throwback.
It was somebody. Yeah, but Alvarado, he goes for somebody in the second round pick. But if my team would have called, we didn't need all first round picks that we got draft eligible, trade eligible. Like, it really doesn't make sense. But they're not going to get more in the offseason for Ja. Because are you going to play him this year? Are you going to shut him down? Because he does have an injury history. Like,
exactly.
He's a highlight dunk away from knock on wood, from a major injury, and now you're really stuck. Yeah. So you're really not gonna get what you really is. Was he the only caveat? Was he gonna go with Giannis to Miami? Like if he like if they don't get Giannis, then they don't get Ja. Like none of this makes sense. Like from a Grizzly standpoint, because like I'm not waiting for Giannis if I'm.
Yeah, no.
If I'm there, he'd have been traded for the first thing smoking.
Yeah, I'd have traded Ja for Trae a long time ago. If we really, if you're really just trying to get up off of Ja Morant like that, as far as a piece, like that's something that you just should have entertained. Because again, like you said, as much as the deficiencies that people talk about with Trae Young and even coming to draft, like at the beginning of this, I had some issues with him. He was able to get that team to some places. He was able to get that team to the Eastern Conference Finals. He's able to facilitate that. And who knows? I understand that they was sick, and of Jaren Jackson getting four rebounds. But damn, maybe Trae he could have played with because at least Trae gonna be on the court. We don't know when Ja gonna be on the court, so at least maybe then they could have had a rapport or something like that, and Jared don't gotta feel like he the number one option. But you can't always just be out there and almost 7 feet tall hitting the unders on 4.5 rebounds a game, dog.
That's disgusting, bro.
Like so I understand why the fan base is, and like hey the front office was hearing it like hey dog.
Get your big ass about it. And they sent him to Utah for nothing. Like, bro, they got back from bullshit. Like,
it'd be so funny because that'd be my place to send everybody that don't do right. Like, hey, send his ass to Utah. Send his ass to Utah. Like, but so that's why I was like, hey, and they was like, you know what? They was like, you know what? You're right. Matter of fact, get your ass over to Utah, bro. Like they call Utah like, hey, what y'all want for Jaren Jackson? Like, hey, we weren't thinking about it, but what y'all trying to do? It's like, hey man, send us 2 plates of beef ribs, and you can have them. Like, get this motherfucker out of here.
If you could ever dial up a Utah trade that you always say, this was the one.
This was the one. Like,
they sent back the mug.
I feel like Utah was like,
huh?
For real? For real.
They couldn't hit himself fast enough.
They said, "Hey, like, don't hang up. I'm finna patch Silver in right now. We just gonna get this accepted right now."
We'll figure all this out later. Like they be like,
Man,
you already got Walker Kessler. Yeah, well, don't worry about it.
no, don't worry about it. Nope. We'll figure that out later.
We gonna get to the Giannis part, but other than that, these other trades was cool. Like say AD, that James Harden did it again, my brother.
So whoever his agent is the Sam Bradford's agent of basketball.
Yeah.
Like this man, he don't miss.
Don't miss
Like
at
how?
all. Like
How? I do appreciate the fact that reports came out. So if it's true, allegedly James Harden wanted a reunion with Houston,
mm-hmm.
and Houston was like, "Nah,
Nah.
we good."
I think the funny part of I'm not sure. They might be one of those first apron hard cap teams or something with the CBA. I know they ain't the second. I know they ain't on the second apron. Second apron was only Cleveland, but they got some limitations because I remember when Fred VanVleet got injured, and it was like, they can't even pick up nobody though. Like they don't have the cap space to pick up anybody. So for them to go get James, they would have had to give up somebody, that they really would want. So I know the reporting was they was like, nah, but I'm pretty sure they was like, nah, we can't. Yeah. It wasn't
like,
just nah, we don't want them. Yeah.
Right. But to be quite honest, I do actually think that this was a good place for James Harden to land.
Go ahead, finish. Continue.
I mean, it ain't a whole bunch of strip clubs in Cleveland, so he gonna have to be focused. I don't know if he pulled up in the fat suit, and as we mentioned, like in personal text, like James Harden disappears in the playoffs, but like you said, so does Darius Garland. They was already trying to get rid of Darius Garland anyway because it was almost like I can't even remember who it was. Like they was like buddy. It was like if we get rid of Darius Garland, we got to get rid of Jared Allen too or something like that. They were trying to move two of them pieces. But now technically they don't. But then the reason why I think that it could be a good landing spot for James Harden. James Harden give you more offensively than Darius Garland. And if James Harden don't show up in the playoffs, you still got Donovan Mitchell to be your lead scorer, opposed to some of the other times when he really gave you nothing in the playoffs. And then also the way that Cleveland team is defensively, I think that they can kind of buoy him as well in ways that, him being the number one guy you probably couldn't get in previous iterations. I don't like the fact that James Harden did it when the Clippers was actually doing good. And I was like, hey, dog, you actually might have had a little shot here. But if he was going to land somewhere, I don't think it's a terrible spot for him to land because, again, the East is, it's competitive, but it's no clear cut like this is the team right now. So I think with the addition of him, if he's able to find his role and willing to come in and actually play within, what they kind of have set up, I think that they can make some noise and make some things difficult for some teams in the East in the postseason.
The thing about it is at this age, at this currently both ages, Harden is still a better player than Darius Garland.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Harden requested another trade, or, he pinpointed where he wanted to go again. And, he got tired of this place. He gets tired of this place. I get it. It's the Harden thing. And all that ESPN FS1 stuff that you want to say about Harden, that is only 10% of this story at this point. I'm not saying nobody's wrong. I'm not saying that he don't disappear in the playoff. He get tired of cities. All that stuff is true. at the end of the day, it's still 10% of what this story is. We had years ago, I remember we had a whole debate, big old debate, about when he took less money in Philly. And we had this whole debate. Don't take less money. Don't ever take less money. And you take less money to try to win a championship, and your money guaranteed, all that. Wherever we stood on that part, but it backfired. Whoever was right at that moment, which probably was you, because you will never advise nobody to take no less money. So yeah, cool. Kudos to you. It backfired for him.
Right.
And that's the reason why he left Philly, because he was like, hey, Daryl Moore, he played me. It backfired for him. So each time, so from now on, he's making it known. Are y'all gonna give me an extension? Clippers was like, no, we trying to free stuff up. We trying to have a clean slate in 2027. He said, okay, cool. Y'all not trying to extend me? No hard feelings. Hey, let me get up out of here.
Right.
The weird part about it is because, once again, they finally figured it out after starting so ass in the beginning of the season, and they was really rolling, and they was finally giving that Clippers hope. If Kawhi just healthy in the playoff, they could maybe do something. We ain't heard that in a while, but it was coming. So it was weird that all of a sudden that he makes a request, and then you think about it. We know the bigger picture. They had to get, first off, when they got DeAndre Hunter, when they traded DeAndre Hunter, boom, they finally got below the second apron. Boom, they figured that out. They was only like $500K below the second apron, but damn it, they got below the second apron. Now you free up. I think Darius Garland is technically making more than James Harden. Cool, you get a lower cap number. Boom, he's not still going to make the amount of money that Darius Garland making. So boom, you freed up the cap space that you desperately need to, so you can operate. They got to extend Mobley soon.
Yep.
So maybe Jared Allen will be eventually moved in the offseason. But we know what the bigger picture is. You have to position yourself at least to get some of these people. Yeah, they position themselves to possibly try to trade for Giannis. Cool. But they also positioned themselves to try to get Bron for the farewell tour next year. Like, they had absolutely, if they would have kept Darius Garland and how this team was currently constructed, it was no way possible that they can get Bron in no way, shape, or form, unless he was taking vet minimum, and he not taking vet minimum. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he got to go get a max from them, but he not taking vet minimum. So they had no possible. If they had an inkling of maybe Bron want to come back and do this farewell tour we have to position ourselves to do that. Trading for James Harden, position themselves to do that. And on the top, like I said, you get a better player.
Yep.
Hell, Darius Garland don't play no defense anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, okay, Harden don't play no defense.
Little.
And on top of that, Harden is a better passer.
Yeah. So
Jared Allen about to get better buckets. Mobley's about to get better buckets. And hell, Spider, bro. He gonna get his
right.
regard.
And the thing about it again, like just talking about how Harden is just a better player. He's a better, like you said, better scorer, better passer. And so all that stuff is going to lead just him being on the court, creating more opportunities for everybody else. Just putting him out there, regardless of what you think, standing him next to Spider is just going to create so much more opportunities for that whole Cleveland team in general. And it's going to make them tough to deal with. Tough for them to deal with in a way that you didn't get with Darius Garland. You can't get that with Darius Garland.
I like Darius Garland. I don't want.
I do too, but he's not. He's just not James Harden, and that's okay.
That's okay.
Not many people are. Not many people are. This is a former MVP.
Like I said, I get it. Like I said, funny thing about it is, like I said, we have any hopes that nobody believed in. Y'all didn't believe in Cleveland in the playoffs anyway. So them getting hard, they make you like what you now you want to be
wasn't
extra, right?
Wasn't they like the number one seed, and then nobody believed them? Everybody was just picking against them anyway. So
the entire time.
Yeah. So it's okay.
But one thing I do want to say before we move on, you did say if Harden is is a hole in the playoffs like he normally is, they got Donovan Mitchell. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Last year was the first time he was looking more like Harden playoffs. He was looking like playoff Harden his career too until last year. Last year he was amazing in the playoffs. They actually missed Darius Garland, and that's kind of a main reason why they lost. But
in the words of the legendary poet Drea Michelle, your wholeness can be deleted.
You didn't believe it when I said it. I said now. Yeah. Just give it time, baby. Just give it time.
It's like Novocaine. Give it time. It'll work.
Oh man, just give it time. Oh. I want to talk about your boy though. We finished with the Cleveland Cavaliers and all that?
Yeah.
All right, man. Okay. Okay. Obviously, he didn't get traded.
Yes.
Are we believing anything? I ain't even say which report do you.
I was about to say what do you mean? But did I believe he was getting traded? Not really. But also,
so you never believed that he was getting traded?
No.
Okay.
Not him. I didn't believe he was getting traded because I've seen this song and dance quite a few times lately. And again, regardless of kind of where they're at, I'm kind of on that kind of side where I'm always saying hey dog, stay here. You're going to be a legend here. And I understand it's frustrating and stuff like that, but you brought a championship to this city, dog. Like, you go somewhere else, they're not gonna treat you like you get treated here. And I understand, he may go somewhere and win, but it's not guaranteed. So then you're gonna go somewhere, the fan base gonna start they gonna criticize you way different than you would possibly ever get criticized in Milwaukee, where people love you, where you are the guy that brought the championship to Milwaukee. And it's gonna hit a little different. But again, if this is what you want, go get it. But you gotta do what make you happy.
You sure?
But you gotta think in the long run, because again, people always talk about, is KD happy? I've never killed KD on his move, leaving OKC to go to Golden State. But is it really gonna be what fulfills you? Because you're the one that said, is your season a failure after when he went after that reporter, it was like, is this season a failure? So to me, is it really just you trying to get another championship? You gonna try and go somewhere else and try and get another championship? Is that your goal? And if that's your goal, then fine. If you can't accomplish that there, yeah. But you gotta really take a sit down and think what your goal is.
I think I know history always tells us everything happened before, right?
Right.
I don't think this was the same as a Kevin Durant.
No, I'm not drawing a parallel per se.
Oh,
I'm just saying, as far as your emotions and what you feel, you got to make sure, if you unhappy, are you really that unhappy, or can you? Matter of fact, it's almost like we almost gonna do how you used to make it with DeAndre Ayton and the Suns. Can y'all make this work?
Yeah.
Can y'all fix it? Is it that big of a problem that you cannot rectify what's going on and can't fix it? Do you feel as if this team is possibly going to, they can't do nothing to fix this? Because they went out and they tried to make something happen. It's been a minute, but y'all went and got Dame. Y'all was trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And just the most unfortunate thing happened. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Things could look really different if you and Dame got some seasons up under y'all belt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all. That's what it comes down to for me. Is this something that you feel can be rectified?
Did I think he was getting traded? I thought he was going to get traded. and a lot of teams started to position themselves to try to get him, try to trade for him, and there would have been some good spots. Like I could have selfishly, I could have saw him in Minnesota. Him and Ant. Like, come on, man. I mean, him and Golden State. I mean, him and Steph. Like, I mean, that's been, box office. Him in Miami. And
when Miami said they was gonna try and keep Bam, and stuff, I was like, all right, dog, yeah, y'all not getting Giannis.
Because I do think.
I'm saying that because I knew that it just seemed like they wasn't serious in their attempt. If that's
what
they offered from me.
Well, you could have, because if you, like I said, if you trading Giannis, like, you're not trying to replace him with another person. Like, you're trying to get assets to open it up.
But the reason why I'm saying that, because I know who it is down there in Miami. He trying to bully people, and they're like,
no, we're not going for that.
No.
And I listened to Bomani episode. He made the comparison to Dwight when it was Dwight's time to leave Orlando, and we all knew his time was up in Orlando. Yeah. And Dwight was trying to be the beloved, everybody. I want everybody to like me, guy, and it just can't like in Bomani's words, it came off phony, and that's when everybody turned on him. And like you said, you can see these things happening with Giannis, but at the same time, we're not necessarily hearing Giannis say this. Like, we getting all these reports from anybody, or and then next thing you know, they're saying, oh yeah, Giannis is fed up, and Giannis might not have ever said nothing to these people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like we get. That's why when I first asked you, I said, do we believe anything? Because like Giannis said, I don't. I think he made a tweet like, I don't run, I bring people to me, or something loosely close to that. Like,
I don't chase our track.
And then the way he started trolling Shams and the way they started trolling him, is like, was y'all really just gauging the market for real, just trying to see what was up, or was this a big game? Like,
yeah, and what was really hard to really determine is the way this, like, with, like, I can't say just this era, but the era that we have the access to players' thoughts via all these social media apps, they could be so passive aggressive as well. Whereas, like, you can be like, oh, like, yeah, I never requested a trade, but I never asked out. I never said I was unhappy. But your whole timeline is, oh, I wish I could find. I'm soul searching. I just want to find some happiness. If you can't appreciate me, at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Like, come on, dog. Hey, yeah. I know you telling us one thing when the microphone get in front of your face, but why you sending these tweets. You know why you posting this very specific song at this very specific point with these very specific lyrics. So I just think that we never got it from him.
Yeah.
But it ain't like he just was totally content where he's at and wasn't trying to make it like give us some inklings of his displeasure. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know if that was him trying to light a fire to get some help or what.
Mm-hmm.
But that still kind of like, it was something. You know what I'm saying?
I like the fact that, let's say he doesn't get traded. I'm liking the fact that, okay, I'm gonna praise him for his loyalty. Shouts out to him. But I'm tired of these players just getting their cake and eating it too. Like, they want the money, and by all means get your money. But then you get your money, and then all of a sudden now you're not happy, and now you're forcing yourself to trade. You know what I'm saying? You're like,
yeah,
I want to go trade. I want to get traded here. You got to trade me here. And then on top of that, with your big ass contract, they got to give up everything just to get you. And now your team is trash again. So it's like, what are we really doing? Do you really like I said?
And then you're gonna be unhappy where you go and all of that stuff. Like, you got what you wanted. Kind of like what we were talking about with James Harden. been talking about with James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, bro, you wanted to get out of Houston so damn bad after
All right.
Houston gave you every single thing that you wanted,
Everything.
like every single thing that you wanted, and then they gave you what you requested, and then boom,
And then they
you
still sent you to the place where you wanted. They did you
right.
another favor.
That's where the send his ass to Utah was birthed. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, dog, you gonna do that? Send his ass to Utah. Ain't no way. I gave you my heart and soul, and you gonna do this to me?
Yeah.
Me? Nope, absolutely not. So yeah, I'm just like, nah. So I truly think that Giannis, you need to have a heart to heart with yourself and for folk in that front office, big dog. Really try and get an idea of direction. And if the money really ain't what's making you happy, you need to really sit there and when they put that $60 million a year contract in front of you, I know it's gonna be tough,
So
but you got to say no.
to your earlier point about when Trey Young and AD was pretty much gonna be shut down, right? What if the Bucks shut down Giannis? I mean, he is injured. He has a calf injury. You know what I'm saying? Those are tricky.
Yeah,
But he also said he wants to come back and wants to play. But what if they shut him down so they can secure one of these top 5 picks and get one of these guys? That's just like a trade itself. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure. But
But
again,
what did Adam Silver do?
especially like you said, especially with the calf injury. But Giannis, you gotta be able to shut the fuck up too. Don't be out there. Oh, well, I want to play basketball. Like, no,
No, you
no,
don't.
no, you don't. Matter of fact, stay home. Go have 3 more kids. We will
Greek,
see you next year.
Greek
The
freak.
Greek freak, the Greek freak. Stay home, bro. Like that. Like that's if that's truly what you want. Like say, have a plan. Like and not the Miles Garrett plan where it's like, oh yeah, they told me what the plan is going to be at quarterback, and that plan at quarterback is giving me $40 billion. Like no, no. Stand tall in what you believe in. So yeah.
Yeah. We not gonna stay long on this next subject, bro. We tired of this. We tired of this one. We tired of this one, boss.
Oh, the
You
Phoenix
know.
Suns made a trade. Oh, not that one.
I mean, y'all did make a good trade.
Yeah.
You know.
But
I
not.
mean, Lakers
I'll
made the
just talk.
trade.
I'll just talk about it real briefly. The Phoenix Suns. We made a trade. We got Nick Richards up out of there, and I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing, but
You sure?
we got no. So we had a top 10 pick. We drafted Kamal Malo out of Duke, and he's kind of been lost in the rotation because, of course, you're gonna get, Nick Richards was a little bit more seasoned and stuff like that. But the way we've been playing, and kind of getting Oso Iguodala some more minutes and everything, it was about time where it's like, okay, let's go ahead, let's let's clear this spot so Kaman could be that reserve, and it helps us, get younger, athletic. It allows him to really start easing his way into the lineup and not only just being a now move, getting Cole Anthony to kind of take some pressure off as a point guard from Colin Gillespie, who shocked everybody at the beginning of the season. And I think having a Cole Anthony there to kind of, take some of those minutes away from him and kind of allow him to, really play a little bit more fresher and freer. It was a now move to help Colin Gillespie, but also a future move for, the long term to get Kamal Malawat minutes and really play some meaningful basketball too, because where the Suns are right now, you're about to get into the stretch and you kind of want him to start playing in some of these meaningful games
Mm-hmm.
and really be prepared for the playoffs too, where he could be someone that you can kind of rely on in the playoffs. And so I think it was a really good trade. And again, I think that we got a hell of a coach. He's not getting a whole bunch of love for it. But I think Jordan Knott should definitely get some coach of the year considerations. All like considering what the Phoenix Suns lost, even though they didn't look good last year with having a KD and stuff like that. But now this team is exponentially better, and as it presently stands, is firmly in the playoff picture, and they've done it without Jalen Green, who's supposed to be a major part of the team, and Devin Booker has missed time,
Mm-hmm.
and they've really kept this ship afloat. So I think Jordan Knott is really doing a hell of a job as a coach, and if ain't nobody gonna give him some Coach of the Year props, I'm gonna give him some Coach of the Year props because I think what he's doing is amazing.
I mean, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, because he is doing a hell of a job. I mean, as far as Coach of the Year, like who we gonna give it to? Like
JB Biggerstaff,
again, like,
right? But and that's another reason why I think he should be getting more consideration because it's just like out of all the teams that probably has like exceeded expectations, I really feel like it's been the Suns. Like I feel like the Suns have exceeded the expectations. Now, what I will say, what Charlotte Hornets is doing right now,
finally,
yes, but
I
what
mean,
but what
bruh,
but what they're doing right now is like okay.
them
But
young
even to
people.
me, they have way too like they're doing it with LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller. They just made a trade, and so it's like when you look roster to roster, it's like you said, like when you start to see, it's like damn, it's about damn time. When you look
It
at
really is.
the Suns roster, it's like okay, Devin Booker, and I guarantee you, if you don't follow the Suns, you really like are basketball for real.
Yeah.
That roster, you like.
I mean, you know,
Okay,
Mark Williams, Dylan Brooks. You know what I'm
but
saying?
it's like, but it ain't
Yeah,
Brandon Miller and
I'm
Miles
about to say
Bridges,
after
like
that. You know what I'm saying?
Grayson Allen,
Grayson
Colin
Allen.
Gillespie,
Like,
Ryan Dunn, Oso Iguodala, like those names ain't like,
yeah,
oh
you
yeah,
ain't
nah,
about to, yeah.
y'all supposed to be the 6th seed in the West. Like they're literally like a couple bad calls away from being a top 2 seed in the West.
You could have asked somebody. They could have got Dylan Brooks. Could have got Devin Brooks, Booker, Grayson Allen, and Mark Williams. That's it. Anybody else figuring out nothing? Nobody else, like I said, other than hardcore basketball fan.
Yeah.
They ain't naming Gillespie.
But
You know
but
what I'm saying?
again, even if we just talking in terms of just like basketball though, like Grayson Allen got great hair. But yeah,
But
nah.
yeah,
So I just want to shout
but
out Jordan Knox.
but I'm glad you did. But if the Hornets can keep this up
You didn't have to say it like
behind
that.
the league, because man,
Yeah,
it's too
I
much
had to get on
talent, bro.
I had to get on the internet and get my Hornets Suns tickets for April because I'm like, all right, they keep this up. These tickets ain't gonna be $15 no more. I had to go ahead and get these things. Like, hey, these ain't gonna be the $25 tickets no more. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, it was the reason why I didn't go to that Lakers Wizards game. Boy, they was taxing.
Like, excuse me, do y'all know? Do y'all not know who you are? Your little
Yeah.
10-game win streak got you acting different.
Yeah, StubHub charges these is fees. Hold on, brother.
Yeah, like wait a minute, hold on, brother. You got too much dip on your chip.
So let's move on to this thing. I hope we can stop having the same conversation every year, bro. Yeah, I know it's frustrating, but I think it's a new angle that we can keep attacking. But it is what it is, man. So had 10 head coaching jobs this year. Only one minority got hired. That was Robert Saleh. You know what I'm saying? He's a minority. You know, everybody want to make it a big deal of that. I mean, that's the purpose of the Rooney Rule is to get minorities hired. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about black people. You know what I'm saying? So cool. But yeah, no black coaches got hired.
Well,
We know. I'm God damn it. I was trying to be political.
I'm not.
I know.
The day and age we are in, there's no such thing as being political.
You're right. You're
So
right.
technically, we can say what the hell we mean.
You're right. I mean, the argument from some certain people, of course, well, who were the candidates? And of course, Flores was, the top candidate. And everybody, we got the pushback about Floyd, but he's suing the league. We didn't think he was going to get a job anyway. Okay, cool. You don't have a viable explanation of why Vance Joseph didn't get a job. Like, especially when the jobs that came up. I get it when it kept getting nasty. Like, we didn't want him to get the Cardinals job. I get it. You're being the defensive coordinator for the Broncos is better than being the head coach of the Cardinals. I get it. But at the end of the day, or being the Raiders coach, we didn't want him to be the Raiders coach either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, we don't want them to keep taking a bad job because you end up looking like, Aaron Glenn. You know what I'm saying? So it's a catch-22 at that point. So I think the frustrating part is now it's the same thing. The pipeline of, first off, defensive coaches already have a tough. Even I know. Even white coaches have a tough time on the defensive side of the ball becoming head coaches. Now, it ain't as tough as us,
right? Because at least they'll get a shot. Brandon Staley.
I mean, shit. Didn't two of them get a job this year? This go around. I know Jesse Minter's won.
Yeah, I'm about to say Jesse Minter, and it was one other person. I feel like, was it? No, because it's not. Cardinals was Mike LaFleur. Who got Miami?
Jeff Hafley.
Jeff Hafley. There we go. I
knew it was somebody else. Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, I went blank too, because we couldn't say Robert Saleh, but once again, like I said, because we thought Chris Shula was going to get the Steelers job.
Yep.
That was highly reported about that. But like I said, they get a chance. It's tough, man. It's tough.
And like I was having this thought, like it's almost like we were just talking about the other day how Todd Bowles has been able to bring in coordinator after coordinator almost, and he missed, but it's like he's been able to recycle. It's like they've been trying to fire him in the media and other places for so long. It's like I'm happy for him being a black coach, holding on and being able to do this, but also it's like you almost wish like having a black succession plan in place, almost like had Byron Leftwich still been there or something like that, and able to do these things. It almost kind of makes you feel like, okay, what if Lovey could, like, they was like, okay, it's just went stale. The offense has been doing good. Let's put Byron Leftwich in place here, and then Lovey could go be a retread somewhere else. But it's just like, I said Lovey. Todd Bowles go be a retread somewhere else. But I don't know if Todd Bowles, like this, I think that he's doing such a good job, and this still might be his last stop. I don't know if he's ever going to be a head coach again, if anything ever happens here. So it's like, damn, I want him to continue being a head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because regardless of what you think, I think that they have overachieved. Yes, they're in the NFC South, and it's like, oh, it's supposed to be an easy win. But even when they beat them other white coaches, Dennis Allen got fired for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody in the NFC South seems to be like underachieving, something like from what sometimes I guess you think that they should be. I guess it sucked to see Raheem Morris go, because again, that defense actually was doing something.
That was the another. I hope he gets another chance, but like I said, I think it's over for him. I think it's over for him because it's weird, because you literally kept the defensive coordinator that he brought in, but it was widely reported that it was a collaborative effort when it came to the defense.
Right.
But you made sure that the defensive coordinator stayed. So it's like, did Raheem really do a bad job? Like, that team could have quit, and they didn't quit.
And they didn't. Yeah.
I get it. I know the philosophy. When you fire the GM, most of the time you got to fire the head coach too. I get it, but I just think he got a raw deal, and I think that's it for him. Like, I think the next time that he may get a job again is somebody else.
It's gonna be one of them jobs.
I don't think that's. I don't think that's it. I think he got to be an interim coach and do a good job in that aspect, and that happens. But when we talk about Todd Bowles, it was like, and it's like, man, because you could have kept Byron Leftwich. Obviously, they didn't get along.
Right.
He got Byron Leftwich. The moment that he could get Byron Leftwich out of there, he got him out of there. And I think, once again, I think he got a raw deal, because why is he not, why is he not in the NFL? But we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to that later. But it's like, do we fault Todd Bowles for, like, I don't fault Todd Bowles in the same way that I would criticize Mike Tomlin. Like, Mike Tomlin had the security of all security. Like,
exactly.
So I feel that Mike Tomlin should have definitely, should is the wrong word, but I think he could have done a better job, at having a pipeline or a tree or putting people in position. You know what I'm saying?
Because again, even when Leftwich left Tampa, I feel like Byron Leftwich played there. Like, you can't get him on the staff, something. And I'm not saying necessarily, and again, I know what you're saying. It's not technically Mike Tomlin's fault, but we've seen coaches do this for other people, where it's like, oh, they're coming in as a senior assistant, they coming in as whatever, and then when you get rid of Matt Canada, like, you
chose Arthur Smith. You had an opportunity to get Byron Leftwich at that time, and you chose Arthur Smith. I get it. Philosophy wise, you align way better with Arthur Smith. I get it. But like you said, Byron Leftwich was returning back to Pittsburgh with a resume. He was a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator, a play caller. It was very reported. Him and Brady were staying up and putting these game plans together. So he ain't just come. So now you think about the offensive system they're coming from. Bruce Arians, risky no biscuit area. And you get the I know he didn't work with Josh McDaniels, but you get a Josh McDaniels type of philosophy now embedded. So now you're blending both. Come on, bro. Like, that's the opportunity. And I'm not, once again, I'm not trying to fault him and say you should have done it.
It's more of an example.
Yes,
because again, not everyone is afforded that luxury of having that stability. But you got to think about it. That's kind of like what Tony Dungy did, because we see him in his picture. Tony Dungy, Jim Caldwell.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And then, like, he was even to get Peyton Manning to swear by Jim Caldwell.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Caldwell was able to go ahead and get to Detroit. He actually did some good shit with Detroit. But guess what?
Mm-hmm.
He was out there getting scapegoated.
Mm-hmm.
And they got rid of him probably when they shouldn't.
And it backfired.
Yeah.
But the rule is the rule. And I was telling people, I had people talk about it. They should stop, they should stop taking some of these fake interviews. Bro, that sounds good. That sounds good in theory, bro. Like, I get it. Like, Anthony Lynn took an interview with the Buffalo Bills. We knew good and goddamn well that he won't get in that Buffalo job. But, like, who is Anthony Lynn to say no? You know what I'm saying? And if he says no, then he's never he's never getting the opportunity again. Even if, like I say, even if he, boosts his resume up even further. We just had we had a conversation personally last night when Greg Roman was reported that he about to join the Giants staff too in some type of capacity. Like, bro, you mean to tell me that you got two Harbaughs to keep giving you jobs? Like,
back and forth.
Like,
bro, you at Thanksgiving all the time, huh?
And like I said, when these McVay people, McVay people leave, boom, they got a whole plethora of people. These Kyle Shanahan people leave, they got a whole clique of people. This whole clique of people just, bonding and bringing each other people. They bringing each other with them. My defensive coordinator, Christian Parker, young. He came from a tree though, and a lot of these people that he's been hiring so far, he's worked with them before. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying, oh, he just hired because we got a joke Cowboy land, Cookout Cowboys, it's lit, But these are people that he's worked with before. These are relationships that he's built, and he's also doing some interviews and bringing in some other people as well, and other people that he never worked with before as well. So he's doing his due diligence as well, bringing in people. Just do the work. All we asking is like, I think the problem is, I think the number one pushback that I have when I hear people say, we just hired a qualified guy, don't worry about get skin color. And of course, that sounds good in theory, bro. Like, bro, at the end of the day, you are going to hire who you are comfortable with. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that's not I'm not necessarily mad at that. Bro, if we decide to go to the bar, what bar we going to? We're going to a bar that play hip hop music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And are we going to the trenches? We may not go to the trenches at our age at this point. We don't want to be around them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And my thing is, when I say like, so how to fix the Rooney Rule, it kind of like I understand that a lot of this stuff is based off of nepotism and stuff like that. But maybe I know it's not going to be like I think the it's not going to be a fix. But right now, as we start to kind of like we're starting to see like we've had more black quarterbacks and stuff like that. I think what we're gonna have to do is a lot of these players kind of like these last few like eras that we've been a part of, a lot of these like black quarterbacks and black
Yes.
offensive linemen who are smart, and a lot of these black and a lot of the black guys that have been in these certain positions, we got to start hoping that they want to get into these positions to coach. So when they retire, okay, go be a wide receivers coach under certain systems and kind of start learning the system and being able to start putting your own spin on things. You want to be able to get into that system. So when you have like very similar to what Byron Leftwich did as a black quarterback, you are familiar with the Bruce Arians system. You've coached under Bruce Arians, and so now that's going to make you a viable candidate on that offensive side. So like, he jokes about it all the time, but if it was like something that really could happen, like Chad talks about, oh, let me come be a wide receivers coach, but you need to start having players kind of be like that and like actually get into coaching and do these certain things, because unfortunately that's really the only way that we really gonna start getting the pipeline. Because a lot of times when you look at the black coaches, most of them are former players. Like we don't just have a whole bunch of just like, oh, they're just like the offensive guru and stuff like that. So what we need to do is a lot of this generation of players that we've had and we're starting to cycle out. Stop picking up podcast microphones and pick up playbooks. Like, you talking about all these players and coaches, go coach. Like Shady, hey, you talk about tons of players. You talk about how Dak is ass. Go scheme up an offense that can help Jalen Hurts not be ass. You know what I'm saying? And then kind of like, like we say, and really try and get into these places like Eric Bieniemy. I know he probably never get a head coaching gig now, but like get into these places where it's like, all right, you can start moving up this rank. And I don't know why, but it's like, yo, it only feels like black coaches be on the defensive side. And I don't know if that's because of like the hiring, but like they move up over there. But a lot of times the quarterback coaches on the offensive side, they start getting promoted. You even see some like white tight ends coaches, position coaches from other, like they'll get promoted. But black position coaches on the offensive side, it's almost like, yeah, you're offensive, like you're a wide receivers coach, you the running back coach, you the tight end coach. and you're a lifer at that. You get stuck there. And so I just really feel like we need to figure out how to kind of get that transition to new places. And I don't know if it's like, maybe I don't know. But I would really like to start seeing more position coaches in the word in the words of Ted McMillan. I need to see more niggas at quarterback coach.
But the thing about it is, it's like I think we're gonna need some of these coaches to put them in position as well, because it's like,
Yeah, but
nah, it ain't no but.
no,
They
I
need
was
to put.
I actually had a butt that pause, but like my butt was gonna make sense. I think that they need to start creating positions for 'em. Like kind of like what we just did, like how we got rid of one, but like have an assistant quarterback coach too. Like when you get here, like okay, yes, maybe I feel like this white quarterback coach could actually, he's the best for me, so I don't get fired. Because a lot of black coaches, you got a coach to cover your own ass too, but put an assistant there as well. Tell like boast and brag about him. Tell him, hey, this coach is. Uh-oh, did I freeze?
Mm-mm.
Oh, and just say this coach
Yeah, you did freeze.
in game planning and preparing us for the week. He does this, he does that, and all of that stuff. And you got to kind of hype him up. Send some leaks out there. Do what you got to do. Be like, hey, especially if like Todd Bowles.
Mm-hmm.
You start seeing this resurrection with Baker Mayfield. Hey man, look, go ahead and call Donovan McNabb and be like, hey, like I'm just throwing out a name. Be like, hey, come be the quarterback's coach, something like that, and be like, Donovan and Dave Canales work real well with Baker Mayfield or something like that. Who knows? We'll just do something. What the hell is this? Oh yeah.
remember last year when we had this same conversation, I had a whole criteria of a breakdown of
Yeah.
hiring coaches, period. Now they did change some of the coaching cycles, coaching rules and criteria for the coaching rules of hiring coaches. And that definitely I think it helped. It helped. But like I said, I got number one. The hiring process should commence during Pro Bowl week. So the week before, the Super Bowl, that's when everybody should start getting in the midst of hiring. All head coaching candidates must have served as a coordinator or assistant head coach for a minimum of 2 seasons. The same requirement applies for coordinator position, necessitating at least 2 seasons of experience on any staff. I think that right there give us a clear picture of who this person is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's about to help all black candidates or help it. I think, but it is going to give us the definitive picture. Like, hey, you know what? He ain't just do this 1 year, bro.
Yeah.
He actually was doing this. Say cool. So now when people be like, you know what, who just got hired? Jeff Hafley. I know he only did it for 1 year, but it's like, if we seen it for 2 years, it was like, okay, you know what? He did take that defense to a whole nother level. You know what? He is deserving of a job.
And so my only pushback to that is these teams gotta want to do it, and like draft picks are damn near the most prized possession to some of these NFL teams.
Mm-hmm.
They've incentivized these teams with draft picks for hiring minorities. These motherfuckers still ain't doing it.
Exactly.
So my whole thing is like even with the criteria that you've put in place, I feel we've seen how they, figured out how to skirt the Rooney Rule interviews.
Mm-hmm.
This all gonna be like, yes, it's gonna this will provide more like transparency in a sense, I guess.
Because
But it ain't gonna change it.
Because at 4, I say either abolish the Rooney Rule entirely or impose fines for teams that fail to comply. Because once again, you ain't got no business interviewing Anthony Lynn. You feel what I'm saying? If you went by
Right.
this criteria, you don't have no business interviewing Anthony Lynn, but you
So
do have business interviewing Vance Joseph, because you couldn't. Matter of fact, because Clint Kubiak wouldn't be eligible in this criteria. Robert Saleh wouldn't be eligible in this criteria. Jeff Hafley wouldn't be qualified in this criteria. Only Jesse Minter and in this window would be qualified. You feel you feel what I'm saying now?
well, okay. So I was gonna say I didn't, because I thought that they would have been eligible because they had served for 2 years,
No,
previously in
it's with
other.
that team. With that team.
Okay, yeah. So I, you know what?
Feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying
I
it's ironclad. It's
I
the best. It's the
because
best thing.
again, I do believe that, like I said, they gonna find a way, even if it's to the detriment of their product. They gonna find a way to not hire
Yeah,
no minority.
yeah.
But again, I truly believe that it's just like, I hate to say it, but I just feel like this is just what it is. Like, we're gonna keep complaining about it, like, unfortunately. And then
Yeah.
I do believe there's more, black people getting into, coaching now after their playing days. I just don't know how long it'll take for them to start filtering in and really start getting to a point of, we don't have to have this conversation anymore.
Well, while you go get your charger, I'm about to give a whole list of offensive names that should be in line for offensive coordinator or head coaching job. So we got JT Barrett, Antoine Randall, Nate Shieldhouse, Thomas Brown, T. Martin, Gerard Johnson, Byron Leftwich, Brian Johnson, Keenan McCardell, Ronald Curry, Deuce Staley, Pep Hamilton. That's a lot of names right there that, like I said, that can be offensive coordinators first, of course, and work their way up and be in line for all the head coaching jobs. I mean, pass game coordinators. There's a lot of things that they can do. Nate Shieldhouse looked like he was almost about to get the Cleveland Browns job, so he's next in line. He worked his way in. He's like you said, he about to be under the McVay tree. So it's things that they can do. It's ways that they can, people can implement these people or promote these people and have them advance into the levels of just giving the opportunity, because they already in place, like you said. So we good. I'm gonna go ahead and get these names again while you here. You good? You can hear?
Yep.
I said JT Barrett, Antoine Randall, Nate Shieldhouse, Thomas Brown, T. Martin, Gerard Johnson, Byron Leftwich, Brian Johnson, Keenan McCardell, Ronald Curry, Deuce Staley, and Pep Hamilton.
Yeah. How long Deuce Staley been a position coach?
Bro, he left. That's the reason why he left Philly, because they didn't promote him to be the offensive coordinator. I think it was under Doug Peterson. And I think the funny thing about it, Doug Peterson was one calling plays. So he could have been the offensive coordinator. What was the problem?
But you see what I'm saying?
But
And
my thing,
we thought Nate Shieldhouse was going to get him, going to get him a job. Because again, everybody who do what Nate Shieldhouse do get an opportunity.
Well, I'm confident he'll get one next year.
I was gonna say maybe. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe he'll get it next year. Like JT Barrett. JT Barrett ain't getting far enough credit for what he been doing.
Exactly.
If JT Barrett had the complexion for protection, he'd be a head coach right now. At minimum, be in those conversations.
But my thing about when I said they need to start putting him in position, Sean Payton. Why is Davis Webb the one getting all the hype now, being one of your assistants, your quarterback coach, pass game coordinator, whatever? Why is he getting all the hype when you had Ronald Curry? We ain't hear nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
But I don't think this is all by coincidence. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't like I think this is by design because again,
Not by everybody.
not by everybody, but again, how many people actually know Davis Webb name versus Ronald Curry?
Way too many people.
Exactly. Like, and what has Davis Webb really done to be that popular?
Exactly.
And so that's my point. Where it's like,
And
even when these dudes don't be calling plays, somehow we know their name. We get to hear about, oh, he's such a big part of what happens on game day, this, and that. When like even when Brian Callahan was calling play, I mean, wasn't calling plays in Cincinnati, and like he stayed longer, like because it's Cincinnati, so he still had the Cincinnati stink on him, and he stayed in Cincinnati a lot longer than another coordinator who didn't call plays might have stayed somewhere else. But Troy Walters, he got he got tons of praise locally. He got tons of praise by a lot of the people on the offense in Cincinnati that mattered. That was like, and that's been going on for damn near 4 years. He just now got an offensive coordinator interview as an offensive coordinator. Dan Pitcher got promoted from the quarterbacks coach to QB coach, already getting head coaching interviews. And he don't, bro, Joe Burrow been good. You get what I'm saying? Joe Burrow been good. So now hey, Dan Pitcher and Brian Callahan wasn't even good as a head coach in Tennessee. So it ain't like, oh, he's gonna bring a great system.
Did he get another job?
No, I think he's still a free agent.
Okay, could be somewhere.
I think. Let me see.
But prime example, T. Martin. If the reports are true, we about to move on to it. If the reports are true about Lamar and the contract extensions and trying to keep him happy,
yeah, he's still free agent.
Why wouldn't you promote T. Martin, his quarterback coach, to the offensive coordinator? I mean, any other quarterback that's prominent in their position, they can promote. They can get their guy promoted if they wanted to.
Man, we've seen coordinators get promoted to head coach, and the head coach been doing a good job. The head coach had a 7-win swing, but
yeah. It's a weird thing. Like
and not even that, not even to not promote T. Martin, but then to just let him walk.
Yeah, that's another frustrating thing. But let's use Antoine Randall for example. Don't tell me that he, like I say, don't tell me that he not smart or he can't understand the game or he can't come up with a game plan.
He's a former quarterback.
That's my whole point. He's a former quarterback. Was it Sean McVay a wide receiver?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but all of a sudden he's just a quarterback wizard, you know what I'm saying? And he's one of the best. I'm not saying that he's not. Was it Mike McDaniel wide receiver coach at one point?
Yes, but bro,
right.
like
you're right.
And that just be my point, dog. Like,
but Antoine Randall just got to be a wide receiver coach forever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you see what I'm saying? It's just like when we are stuck in these positions, there is no opportunity where it's like, oh, yeah, we gonna move you up. Like, bro, what was his name? Morton. When Dan Campbell took the play calling duties from Morton in Detroit.
Yeah.
We not gonna hear nothing this offseason about, oh, Antoine Randall call plays.
Yeah.
Antoine Antoine Randall L. been there since Ben Johnson was there.
Ben Johnson started off as a tight ends coach. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it's now I'm about to get frustrated because
You got 2,000 yard receivers over there. You don't think Antoine Randall L. can draw plays for your offense?
and he used to be a quarterback. So it's like
And he's been in, but not even just that.
he's been in your
He's
system.
been in your system.
All
He's
right.
been in your system.
Okay.
Again, same thing. But here's my thing. Same thing with Deuce Staley. When he's with the Eagles, bro, he's a former player. He been in your system. Like,
Bare minimum, he can't be the running game coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't get that promotion title. You know what I'm saying? All right. Thomas Brown actually did a good job.
He do more than Nick Sirianni.
You go ahead. All right. We'll be here all night. We mess around with it. Man, we got Super Bowl Sunday, man. You not excited?
I am. I think I'm gonna just jump straight into my pick, but I'm going.
I mean, go ahead.
I'm gonna bury the lead a little bit, but I actually am excited. I think this is going to be a good game with two really good teams. I think it's gonna be one of those games where it's like my on pay like he's like so Vegas has it I think plus 4.5 to Seattle. My not X factor but kinda is Mike Vrabel's game management. I feel as if what he does as far as a game manager and like knowing the nuances of the game, I feel like that's one thing he's really taken kind of from Belichick, even though he's not technically from like the Belichick tree, but he did play for him. You know what I mean? I do believe he has a lot of that and a lot of that gamesmanship. And he's one of those coaches who actually know like so many coaches we see now, they're so, one side of the ball specific that they forget about the game management. Mike Vrabel knows game management. He knows like how to use his timeouts, how to play the time, and stuff like that. So I think that is an advantage for him, especially having played in a lot of these moments. And he never made it to a Super Bowl as a coach, but he did have a number one seed as a coach before. He has been in some of these high pressure games in these playoffs as a head coach before. So I think that kind of gives him an advantage in that portion of the game. Not necessarily saying he has an advantage as a coach, like as far as like coaching defense, because I think Mike is like me, he get all the props from me for what he does with defense. But I think that can be an X factor, especially with the pressure that they can cause with their defense. Also, I do like Seattle because patriotism is taking a fall. So I'm just gonna go with Seattle.
I'm going with Seattle.
Yeah.
I'm going with Seattle as well, but I think it's gonna be close than I guess what the projections is gonna be. I ain't been listening. I haven't got a chance to listen to the Athletic Football Show or Football 301 yet. How they about to predict it. J. Cole did drop.
Yeah, I was about to say I haven't listened to a single podcast because I've been listening to 29 and 39 so far.
Yeah, so that Cole drop, I ain't care about nothing sports related. You know what I'm saying? I just think Seattle's defense is just going to control the game. I think Sam Darnold has just realized that, hey, I ain't got to do much, bro. Like I said, I can play my game, play within myself. If I ain't got it, hey, don't mess it up. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I think
that's cool.
that losing Zach Charbonnet, like low key, it don't seem like a big loss because of the way Kenneth Walker's been playing. But I think that having that 1-2 punch was something that really was pivotal for them.
I think it's actually been a blessing. I think
Yes,
we've been getting the best out of Kenneth Murray. I mean Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Murray.
Kenneth
Well,
Murray.
I should never
Kenneth
say that
Murray.
again. Yeah,
Yeah, at
never.
least say Keith Murray.
Yeah. Kenneth Walker. Yeah. I think he's been playing amazing. And since he's been getting the bulk of the carries, obviously they've been splitting it, 1-2 throughout the
Yeah.
year. So at this point, he probably fresher than probably what he normally would be. I mean, it shows sometimes after he like say when he takes a breather and the whoever this other backup is, like I said, he ain't sharpening at all. It shows in that aspect, but I think Kenneth Walker has been playing way better, since
I think
already
it's
got
only been.
hurt.
I would say I think it's only been one game. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but I think his role had been reduced. Like it was getting reduced
Right.
more tremendously. I just think, man, the way the defense been balling for the Patriots, I think they're gonna come out to play. They've been carrying this team this playoff, like, and it's funny, like they ain't been playing that well like that all year. But they also have had injuries, and they finally got healthy at the right time. Like I ain't really trying to hear none of that schedule stuff, because like I said, we didn't see people with weak ass schedules not get it this far. Like this is
And
the
we've seen
NFL.
people with weak ass schedules win it all.
Yes, we have. So, like I said, we talking about Mike Vrabel at this point. Like I say, he is a good coach. He's going to have these boys motivated. At this point, you in the Super Bowl, bro. You don't care about how you got there. You've dreamed your whole life, of playing in the Super Bowl. You gonna do what you got to do to try to win the Super Bowl. Now, will they win it? We'll see. Seattle, I think they just have the better defense. I think they just have the better, better offense would be a reach. But I think about the cohesiveness about their offense throughout the whole year. They have a steady. They know what they are. They know who they are. They know what they can do way better than the Patriots.
Yeah, and I think
And I'm talking about as an edge. If I had to
yeah,
pick one, you know what I'm saying.
right.
I'm not slighting, like, because Drake May could have won the MVP. You know what I'm saying. Like,
And so I think I think the one thing, like you say, like yes, we both feel that Seattle is the better team. I also believe this is going to be the first time in a long time that the Patriots are going to go up against a complete team, a team that's good on both sides of the ball.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
this
when they
playoff
went,
run.
yeah, when they went up against the Broncos, had they had Bo Nix, it may have been a different story as far as like, that bit going up against a team that's complete on both sides of the ball because, they can run their full offense. They're not trying to, coach around the backup. And then with the Texans, bro, we've said it. That Texas offensive line is terrible. And, it really showed. And then you didn't get the best of CJ Stroud as well. And then the Texans also had some injuries in a receiving core. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like that posed a problem as well. So I'm not taking anything away from what the Patriots have done because, bro, you got some Super Bowl. I don't care how you did it,
Yeah,
but it's just now like it's a different beast. And if you do this, kudos from me. You about to be in for a fight in my eyes. That's all. Because I
and
think
for a fight.
this team is tough, and you know you got JSN, and of course the Patriots got a nice secondary, got Christian Gonzalez, but they use some pieces. They use Kenneth Walker in the pass game. You got the ghost of Cooper Cup. They be throwing them tight ends in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna make you work. I, I think for for the Patriots to really win, I think they would need a big game from my former draft sleeper. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Milton Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on now. I
So,
pay attention. I ain't one of them.
yeah, for sure. So I think if they get a big game from Milton Williams, I think it could be tough. Kind of. Never mind. I won't bring that up. But go ahead.
We just got a notification AD gonna miss the rest of the season. That's why I was laughing, man. What?
Shocker.
Yeah. I think Seattle. I think the key to Seattle may be special teams. I think they got the edge. If he can get another one, or a big kickoff punt return, man, all right, that could be the X factor. That's all I'm saying. I just think that their defense can hold it down.
Bruh.
What? What?
Game's so corny, bro. He did like a full track by track breakdown on Instagram.
Who?
Rating it, the game.
Hey, you can catch us on all major podcast platforms. 3Man Weed, Instagram to the 3Man Weed _ You can email us at podcast.3.man.weed@gmail.com. You're not about to blow my night with it. Enjoy your Super Bowl, and we out.
We out, man. This